off of the Champion of the Year panel. I'm excited. This is a special podcast. Little introduction. We have here Mr. Avocado. So ruin your day.
Let's get it.
This culture needs to give this guy a million thank yous. I'm sure you get a bunch of thank yous all the time from people. They always appreciate you.
Yeah, the fans are very nice to me. I can definitely say
Anybody
that.
slandering this guy, I will come at you. I'm not a violent guy.
No,
but
I'm sure I deserve some slander for some things I've done. I'm sure.
What's something that you would say somebody should slander you for?
I don't know. Fucking not doing my taxes on time.
Oh, you dodged them.
Not paying certain bills. No, I didn't Wesley Snipes them yet.
Yes.
But maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
You did a lot of pay-per-views this year, so now
exactly. Now, some off the books, some on the books, so who knows?
Damn, man. I'm not gonna get so in depth with today, but I want to get the Avocado story. Can I hear everything? Like, how did you get into filming battles for Grind Time, and where's the journey begin?
All right, so how I got involved in battle rap. I was always a fan of hip-hop growing up, and I was always a fan of battle rap when I discovered what it was. My first battle I saw was in 1998. It was actually between, Moon?
Yeah.
So it was him. He battled RZA on, like, some BET battle. And I was a fan of Wu-Tang, and I was, like, flipping through BET, and I was like, oh, wow, look, it's, like, RZA battling some guy.
It wasn't Blaze battles, no?
I don't know if it was Blaze. It was on BET. But I don't think it was Blaze, though. It was something else. But Moon used to go by the name Mooney D. So Moon battled RZA, and Moon won. And I was like, oh, that was so cool. RZA, like, did this competitive thing. And then I was always kind of drawn to, like, the basement freestyles, and all that stuff. And then, like being into hip hop, I got on like underground hip hop and like super backpacker hip hop, like atmosphere and stuff. And that drew me onto Scribble Jam. Became a fan of Scribble Jam. I went to Scribble Jam 2 years in a row. And I was just like a hyper fan of battle rap. Watched the WRCs. I was a fan of all that stuff. And I was on message boards heavy. And I was doing film throughout all this. I've been doing film since I was 15.
Yeah, because when I was a teenager and I was into battle rap a decade plus ago, and I would hear about your name, I used to hear it from the internet boards.
Yeah.
The forums.
Yeah.
And the forums used to get crazy.
Yeah, I was heavy on the forums. I definitely have said some stuff I regret on the forums.
Oh, OTBVA, right?
No, I've never
rap music.
Yeah, I was on rapmusic.com, RMBVA, shout out. Shout out to OTBVA as well. I was just never a member there because it was so crazy that I like couldn't I couldn't like understand it either. I was like, oh man, all this is just like wild, insane. I was a big member on the message boards, and that's how I met Lush One. And I did a video of like a little rap competition called 16 Bars. If you want to check it out, it's actually on my channel. The first battle rap related video I've ever done is on Ruin Your Day. And it's basically because I was watching a bunch of like battle rap content, and I'm like, man, this all like looks bad. This is like back in the day when we would like download like a real audio and like scour the internet for like some excerpt of a battle. There was like nothing really good quality out there yet. Right. And this was before YouTube got big too.
So this is like 2007-ish, 2008-ish.
Yeah, this was like 2006. This is like back then, 2006, 2007, when YouTube first kind of popped up. Yeah. And you could like only upload like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I did that just because I wanted to be like, I want to do something battle rap related and just have it look really good and have like good motion graphics and stuff. I did it, and everybody was like flipping out because I did some like motion graphics that they thought were really good. They're like, oh my god, who filmed this? And, like this guy from the internet, Avocado. And so I went to the next competition, and I met Lush, blah blah blah, and then I met this guy Philip Drummond, who we ended up making a documentary about the West Coast battle scene called Fresh Coast. So I made that.
I remember that. I seen the documentary.
Yeah. So I sold that on DVD. It sold really well, got in a couple film festivals. It was a big learning experience for me. And ever since then, just been filming. I started filming for Grind Time. When I was filming that DVD, Lush was like, I'm going to start this West Coast division of this battle league. And I remember at the time, I was like, how is this going to work out? Because this was coming off the WRCs when Thesaurus and Ilmac just battled for $50K. So I'm like, how are these guys just going to be okay with battling for free? There needs to be some sort of reward, some pot, because Scribble Jam, there was a reward. Fight Club, there was a reward. Battle for money and stuff. Yeah. And this new thing of battling for free, was sort of like, foreign to all of us. So I was kind of like hesitant about grind time at the first, especially in the West Coast, because grind time kind of started as like this small pocket of kids from Florida battling in like parks. It was never really this huge movement until I think Lush grabbed a hold of it and got bigger names involved, and then everybody saw what it could become. So I filmed the first grind time West Coast event, Battle of the Bay 1, under the condition I was like, I'll film this for free if you let me use this footage in my documentary. So I filmed it for free, and then I would send the mini DV tapes to Florida, and Corey, shout out Corey Shepard, he would edit them. He's the guy that did all the editing for Grind Time back in the day, and he also filmed a bunch of Florida events and like Grizzlemania 1 and not 2 because I filmed 2, but yeah, and he also helped me out with a bunch of events too. So ever since then, I just filmed all the Grind Time West Coast events, and that led me to like meeting pretty much everybody I know in the scene today.
Did you do Battle of the Bay too?
Yes, I did all the Battle of the Bays.
Thesaurus and Disaster.
Yep, Thesaurus and Disaster.
Can I please hear? Because obviously, like me as a kid watching it through the screen, I'm get the energy. I remember the conversations. I remember the internet. What they're saying about the battle, but I don't know exactly what it's like being there. What was it like?
I mean, if you've ever seen Diz live, I mean, I think we were talking about this today about like Twerk live too.
Yeah.
About him just being like electric. Like when you see him live, he's like captivating, and you're like, man, this is what battle rap is. This is like when this guy's rapping, everybody's just like tuned in, and that's what Diz was like. That was the first time I had filmed him. That was the first time I had actually seen him rap before. I know he'd been rapping in the Pit in L.A., but I wasn't familiar with that scene. And he came up, and I remember he was kind of stumbling through his first, and then at the end of this first, he just like fucking riddled off all these crazy multis and also had like a really insane breath control.
Yeah.
And that was just like, holy shit. And then his second is when it really took off, and he just had everybody's attention. He was like loud as fuck. He was captivating. And yeah, I don't think anybody had seen it up until that time. Anybody has seen somebody like him. So it was like insane. And then also at that event, Jay's Juice battled
Awkward, yeah.
And that was the first time somebody flew out.
East and West.
Yeah, somebody flew out from the East Coast to battle somebody in the West Coast. And this is also like...
And there's a little grudge.
Yeah, it was a little grudge match. They did not like each other.
They didn't.
So that was kind of cool. It was like a heated battle. And that's always, interesting when that factors in there. And then Dumbfounded and Tantrum also happened at that event. That battle was very monumental because that was like the first battle that got 100,000 views on YouTube. That's so funny that was a big thing. Yeah, and that battle like spiked Dumb's interest in going viral, and that kind of like jump-started his career. So a lot of good, huge battles happened at that event.
All the Battle of the Bay.
It was all free too.
Yeah.
It was just free in the park. When we made flyers for it too, and like come.
Yeah.
And that was even the first Battle of the Bay, even though it was in a venue, it was free. Like whoever wanted to come could come to it. So yeah, it's pretty insane to think about that.
I printed out some of the flyers of Battle of the Bay. I think Battle of the Bay 5, where it was a 2-day event where Hollow, Paz, Verb.
Yeah.
You got to think like Hollow, Paz, Verb, Marv, Ilmac, Thesaurus, Disaster.
Verb, Marv, Arsenal Conceded.
Conceded.
That's the best event ever. Battle of the Bay 5 is the best event. I think arguably that, and I wasn't at this event, but we were talking about this earlier. You were. SM2. I think those are both like the best events that ever happened that won't ever happen again, because they happened at a significant point in history, and you can't replicate that. You can't ever bring back Mook, Lux, Sirius Jones, Ines all at the same time in one event and put Mook and Iron together, like arguably this huge grudge match at the time. You can't put Hollow, Dumbfounded, RIP PH, Kid Twist, Fresco, and then Conceded, Arsenal, Averb, Marv, Thesaurus, Ilmac, all under the same roof. Again, it's like impossible, you know?
I think it's crazy when you look at the card, the optics of it is like Verb's at the bottom of a card.
Yeah, it's funny.
And then you say to yourself, Verb, Conceded. You said all these names. You know how much? You remember how much the ticket price was?
I don't.
$15.
It's $15.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, it's even more insane. I know how some people.
I have the flyer. I have the flyer in my room.
Oh my god!
And so like I see it, I'm like, look at these names. This was $15 to get in.
Yeah.
So you guys had the one mic hanging over everybody in the pit style.
We didn't at that event, but yeah, that was at MOB where it kind of got too big, and we're like, okay, we need like mics to amplify this.
Right.
And we didn't. I actually did rent lavalier mics for Battle of the Bay. 5, and it didn't really work. The guy didn't know how to operate them. It's been a long time coming, man. Like, I've done a fuck ton of R&D to make like what works in battle rap work. Like, it's been a lot of like trial and error and like failing and like getting back up and failing again, getting back up to make like what we do work, because what we do it doesn't really make sense from a technical standpoint. Using lavalier mics for performance is not the correct microphone to use.
Right.
Yeah, just like the equipment we use is very unorthodox and weird. Battle rap in itself is a very weird art form. It's a weird performance art that's like needs very specific things to make it work really well, you know? That's why I think a lot of people that try to like come into the battle rap world like with a lot of money, it doesn't really work out, you know?
Right.
Like Red Bull, Total Slaughter, they're like, oh, we just have a bunch of money, you know, like we know some things about the industry. Then it just flops hella hard because they don't really know the culture that well, you know?
And well, throughout the times, right? Like this is a decade ago. Battle of the Bay 5. Technology is advanced. The cameras have advanced. YouTube's advanced, and now there's a market for battle rap. Did you ever see any of this coming? Hell no, right?
Fuck no, man. If you were to tell me 8 months ago that I would be doing battle rap full time, I would have just been like, no way. There's no way. Even 8 months ago, I would never thought I would be in the position I am right now. So if you were to tell me 10 years ago, before I started filming battle rap, that's going to be my full-time profession down the road, or like even that some battle rappers are going to get paid 6 figures to do a battle, like one battle.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all insane. Like how the industry has progressed, man. It's really not only insane, but I think it's definitely a mark of everybody's like work ethic and the achievement of like the industry, the leagues, the battle rappers, and also the fans and the media contributors as well. I think everybody working together is pushing this all really far and really fast. And it's not really one person's like achievement. I think it's everybody working together. Yeah, exactly. It's everybody working together and making this be what it is. And every year everybody's like always, oh, battle rap's dying, you know, it's dying off. It's usually because people get bored of it. You know, they're like, I'm kind of sick of it. But that's the same with everything, you know, like you engulf yourself too much in any art form. You're like, I'm kind of tired of this. You give it a break, you come back, you're like, oh, you know, or like it gets kind of boring. Then somebody comes on the scene with a strapped in and they're like, oh my God, this is exciting again. This one guy at Twerk. It's like, I'm excited about battle rap again because of this one guy. So yeah, it's insane. It's really crazy to think about where battle rap is now and then think about like Battle of the Bay 5 where it's like it costs $15 to get in. Now it's like a URL event. We don't even sell tickets.
And there was also performances too.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. MOB had Freeway performing. That was like a big thing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we got Freeway. Oh, sick. It's a festival, you know?
Yeah.
It was a long time running joke, but the Jungle printed out a flyer that they were gonna fly out Slaughterhouse. Like for some reason Slaughterhouse was gonna be in the area or something.
Yeah.
And on their flyer it said Slaughterhouse gon' be there. Like they spelled it like that too, which was awesome. But yeah, it's so funny just how much things have changed. You know, now it's like not the focal point. Earlier it's like the same thing we were talking about how like back in the day people would battle to get their name out and they would want to promote their name to be artists in the music world.
Right.
And nowadays it's not that way. You know, it's like, oh yes, some of these battle rappers make music, but at the end of the day, most of the reason why we're interested in these artists is because they're really good at battling. We want to see you battle. Cool, you make music, that's great. Like, and if you make good music, that's even better. But the main reason why a lot of people are interested in these artists is because they battle. So, you know, it's kind of shifted the culture a little bit, I would say, than 10 years ago where it's like, oh, I've been battling in the street corners until I get enough exposure to get a deal and then I'm done, you know? So, yeah, it's interesting.
And touching on music, I got to ask, too, as well. It's funny you mentioned, like, we want to see these guys battle. But a particular battle rapper, if I'm not mistaken, you had a bond with them prior because of their music, Geechi Gotti, right? Like, you and Geechi were kind of cool before he kind of blew up.
Yeah.
More on the musical side. Things.
Well, kind of. The story actually about Geechi is that when I was running the bunker, I was really interested in putting more Cali MCs in front of the lens because I was like, no LA MCs are really being utilized, and there's like a super big street culture scene in California, period, you know?
Would I be reaching if I said The Bunker is the volume series for King of the Dot?
I mean, I think they're different, you know, but it's a small room. I could see how you could tie the two together,
Right.
you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm a type of guy that I think that small room makes almost every battle better.
Yes, that's where I'm at too.
So
Short lengths,
yeah.
no crowd reactions,
Yep.
more fluid rapping.
Yep, exactly. You get to hear them rap. It's not, and then also if you control the situation, you control the venue, you're not going to get thrown out. You can control the lighting. Everything about it is just like, why not always film battle rap like that, you know?
Right.
So, you know, that was my idea with the Bunkers. Like, I wanted a venue that was going to be completely controlled by me, that I can like film battle rap exactly the way I wanted to, and also that I could control every element and, yeah, I mean, book every battle I wanted to book. And that kind of coincided with booking guys that really weren't getting the shine in King of the Dot URL like. So I have a little focus group of like 4 of my tight friends that I always talk to every single day: Patrick, Sean, Chris, and Rory. I talk to them every day, and they notified me about all these cats are being slept on the West Coast, like Despot, Young Grizz, Saint.
Yep.
Geechi was on that list. Like a lot of guys were on that list, and like so I just went through and I just hit them up. I'm like, yo, you guys want to battle at the Bunker? Like I want to put So I put Yak the Ripper against Ron Compton. Geechi Gotti against Saint. I'd never met any of those guys.
So that was your first time meeting them?
Yeah, my first time meeting Geechi was at the Bunker.
I wouldn't be able to tell from the way you and Geechi are, like, ruin your day.
Well,
and
now,
it looks like you guys have a history.
Yeah, well, we started, I mean, he's just like a really awesome human in general, you know? He's like a super nice guy, super easy to get along with. So after he battled at the Bunker, that was like, he did amazing. Him and Saint is a fucking classic battle. I just stayed in touch with him, and I knew when I saw that battle, I'm like, this guy has it. He's like, even before that, I'm like, I think all those guys just need eyes on them. I still think Saint could really take off if URL has eyes on him. Yak the Ripper also. There's a bunch of, like, the Spot as well, real name Brandon. All those guys are hella tight. Jay the Nightwing. And, yeah, I just kept in close contact with Geechi, and then when Watch started, I was like, I just started inviting him over because I wanted more perspectives on Watch than mine. Like I wanted to watch battles with people that would get lines that I wouldn't get, that would be able to explain things to me, because I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of times when Watch, a lot of shit goes over my head. So I'm always like, I have no problem.
The sport bars go over your head all the time.
Yeah, I'm terrible with sports bars, dog. And like I have no problem.
But you love football.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm like,
basketball.
I love football.
Yeah.
I'm very ignorant to basketball, but even though I like football a lot, I'm like hella ignorant to players' names and like the past, just because it's like I get into it but not super into it. I'm not like, oh, this player did this, or this player plays this position. I should get into it more, but I have no problem being that guy on Watch. So I was kind of like, I wanted Geechi's perspective. So I had him on Watch, and then I booked him to battle on Ruin Your Day. I actually booked him versus Reverse Live, and we filmed it with an Alexa, and that's the only battle that's ever been filmed with an Alexa.
Yeah.
And Alexa is like a super, super high-end motion picture camera that's used on like virtually every feature film. So we had one for a little bit, and we were fucking around with it. So we filmed like a little like small room event for Ruin Your Day, and Geechi battled Reverse. And then, yeah, I just made a good connection with him, and every time I asked him to come on Watch, he was down. So
he's your most frequent guest, right?
yeah, him and Ilmac are like
Ilmac.
my co-hosts. They're like my go-to guys. They're always down to come over. They're like fucking phenomenal on Watch. They're like my good friends. And then once I discovered that Geechi made music, it was even better. And he makes the exact music that I listen to.
Yeah.
Like I love West Coast
rap,
gangster hip hop.
Yes.
Like I'm obsessed with it.
I love it
and I
too.
love that certain sound, like synths, piano,
Some
like
G-funk.
hard kicks. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
I love that. Like I'm a huge fan of YG, RJ, Joe Moses, all those cats. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy makes that type of fucking hip hop. I'm like, I want to promote him so bad. I will do music videos for him. I just wanted to push Geechi because I know he has it, you know? And he didn't really have the platform to get pushed on. So that's kind of how that relationship unfolded.
So he probably really grew as an artist hand in hand with you. And how much do you think him being consistently a guest on Watch, studying the game tapes, has helped him to who he is today? Because people don't realize, like, low key, your platform is also an opportunity to hit the game tapes and get better.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think that definitely. Actually, it's funny enough. The person who was actually telling me that was Iron Solomon, because he was speaking to me one time. He's like, I don't know why battle rappers get mad when people critique them, because he's like, you should take that critique and apply it. You should be like, okay, this person doesn't like when I do this. I shouldn't just keep doing that because people don't like it. So I should take their critique with a grain of salt, of course, but definitely improve upon that. Mm-hmm. So I think watching battles a lot and critiquing them with peers, I think it's like definitely helpful and therapeutic. And like you said, it's like watching the game tape. So I definitely think that people that are on Watch regularly, it helps them out. Like I think Ilmac has improved a lot since he's been on Watch so much. I think Geechi has improved a lot. And not only that, like I think the biggest thing that Watch does for any battle rapper, period, is it shows the fans that these guys are fucking human beings. At the end of the day, I had Tay-Rock on, Tay-Rock and Hollow, and I'll never forget people were like, oh man, I actually like Tay-Rock a lot more after watching that.
Yeah.
Tay-Rock's a nice guy. And I'm like, oh yeah, really? You think Tay-Rock goes around like gun barring everybody to death in real life and being like, that's light after fucking buying a soda? Like, he's a nice guy. He's and that's how he's gotten to his position. He's a nice guy. He knows how to network. All these people in this industry are fucking hella nice people. They're all super funny and charismatic. And that's what I liked about Watch, is it puts these battle rappers in a new light that you don't necessarily get through Twitter and their battles, because people just attach battle rap personas to people. People think Big K is like an asshole. No. And he's like, nah, he's a really nice guy. People like think, oh, Geechi Gotti is going to shoot me in the face if he sees me. It's like, fuck no, he's a super nice guy. So, yeah.
That's what I've tried to do a lot on the platform when I have MCs. Like, it's ironic. We named the show Let's Talk Battle Rap. But when we have the artists here, we don't talk about battle rap. We talk about how they got into things and their backstory, because they're dying to talk about the behind the scenes, not necessarily like details of like business, but like how they manifest themselves, how they carry themselves, their personality, what makes them twitch, what makes them write the way they write, how do they perform, what executes. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And hearing all these things is like, damn, I could really relate to this person. Like this, like I look up to a lot of these guys, right? Because like at the end of the day, I'm a super fan. Regardless of me having a show, I'm a fan first.
Yeah, me too, man.
And it's like hearing the struggles they go through, like real life struggles, and somehow they find a way to write 3 full rounds, and they're not back in the day rounds. These rounds are long, and they find a way to memorize them. I'm just like, damn, how do you do it? And then they break down how they do it, and it's incredible.
Yeah, it's insane nowadays. People writing like 3 songs full of just huge punchlines, originality, performance, and comedy. It's like
after a while, it has to kind of mess with your ability to be a rapper mentally.
Oh, you mean like make music?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, Geechi told me this too. He's like, man, after like, because he did so many battles last year, he's like, I would like sit down to write a song, and then I'll be like, in the club, give this bitch a headshot. Like, instantly go back into like fucking barring somebody's life away. And so he's like, I can't do it at the same time. And it makes a lot of sense. It's the same thing as if you're like, working on your fundamentals or working on like, sprinting or drills. It's like you can only like do one specific niche thing at once, I feel, because and especially battle rap, because battle rap, when you're preparing for a battle rap, it takes up all your brain power.
Your life shuts down, man.
Yeah, it's like you'll be at fucking dinner, like, with your girl or wife, and you'll be like, yeah, that's nice. And then in your mind, you're just like, I'm going to call this guy so many fucking horrible things. I'm going to relate this to a gun. The steak kind of looks like a gun. Could it be the rib eye?
One of the scenes in Bodied that I think people like underestimate or like didn't really get a chance to talk about is when Adam was like in his living room and in his kitchen, thinking of bars. He would run to the kitchen, type to the laptop, go back, he's clean his room, he go back, type in his laptop again. I'm like, that's probably a real battle rapper. Like they're out in a supermarket, cornflakes.
Yep.
Oh, Frosted Flakes.
Yep.
Oh, serial killer.
Yeah, for real, man. And shout out Alex, shout out Kid Twist who wrote that. I mean, he's a battle rapper, so it's like that's what I loved about Bodied. It was like so truthful.
Yes.
I really, really enjoyed that film.
I think it was very relatable. Even like when they're rebuttaling, you can like their thoughts are running through their heads.
Yeah.
And it's like they're doing calculus with their brain with words.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus, this is what they go through.
Dude, the opening scene was so amazing where he's with his girlfriend. He's like trying to explain battle rap to
That's
his
so
girlfriend.
relatable. It's so relatable. It's so relatable.
Yeah, and then he like says the slogan and then sees that she's looking at him weird and he like switches up really fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I loved that movie. It was awesome.
I love too when they had the girls and they're like, yo, it's a big turnout here, man. Look at all the ladies. You look around, there's 2 girls.
Yeah.
But events have gotten better, man. There's a lot of girls at events now.
Yeah, I think I just think it's becoming bigger. You know, it's becoming more like more open to the public. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when it would be like only like a couple of women there, but I think also like the art form has shifted a lot. Like I think back in the day it was kind of like way more of a turnoff for a lot of people, and now it's like definitely like, oh my God, it's like battle rap is like so, it's so fucking creative, and it's like literally the farthest that anything is pushing the English language nowadays, I feel.
Easily.
Yeah, by far.
Easily.
So it's like, even if you're like an outsider and you go in, like it might be confusing at first, but you can still be like, wow, this is crazy, you know?
So we have the transcriber from Genius.com for all the battle rap lyrics.
Yeah.
Tim Nielsen. He's actually a part of our podcast. He's a part of our podcast team.
Dope.
And when I linked up with him, I said, how do you transcribe these battles? Like, you're listening to... There's 2 people I trust with their opinions. People that are transcribing a battle and video editors, such as yourself. Because you have no choice but to watch the battle at least 4 or 5 times. So I'm going to trust your opinion. And I'm like, how do you get these battles on the... He goes, okay, well, I download the battles as an audio file. I put them in a DJ app, and I have my headphones on, and I have one hand scratching the DJ app like he's as if it's a turntable, and the other hand typing. So he's here.
Types with one hand?
It's ridiculous.
God
damn is right.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I think he did that for Mook and Verb in one day.
What the fuck? I know transcribers, like professional ones that are paid, they have some sort of like foot pedals that they use. Yeah, it's weird. Like if you get, because documentaries, a lot of people have raw footage and interviews transcribed, so you can just read them. And it's a lot easier than watching footage because you read faster than real time. And yeah, it's like something like they like.
So Tim, you got to get pedals, Tim.
Yeah, yeah, it's insane.
And then the contributors of battle rap, like transcribers, the video editors, the people behind the scene putting the match together. You guys are the engine.
Maybe. I don't know.
I know you guys don't like to give yourself that much credit. Because at the end of the day, like, it's like, nah, the MC puts on the show, the league brought it together. Yeah. But it all comes together, right? And this is why, like, sometimes talking about, like, great moments or great battle rappers, it gets selfish because it's like, you can't just credit this one person because his entire career is based, it takes 2 to tango. His entire career is based off a bunch of lessons he's learned from amount of people around him, right? So I had a really special question I asked Jay Black, and I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
I asked him, what was your Mount Rushmore of battles?
Of battles?
Yes. And the reason why I say battles is because you picking 4 battles, meaning it takes 2 MCs. So you probably have a total of 8 rappers. And each storyline, there's so many storylines in battle rap that anything can be impactful. You know, instead of just saying, oh, Lux, a disaster, Thesaurus, Ilmac, they're the greatest of all time. It's deeper than that. Because you get a chance to say a storyline. You get a chance to say a battle that shifted a generation or era.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's... All right, I'm just going to go fast. And if I fuck up any answer, I don't care.
Caught you off guard with that one. So
yeah, I'm just going to go like with my first instincts. So number 1 would be Juice Supernat. Of course, freestyle, huge impact on the whole battle rap world. Everybody, you know, says that's like the top 10 battles they've ever like heard back in the day. So that made a huge impact. Number 2, gonna go with a more recent one, and that is the Source Ilmac. I think that was the first battle that really took off, where friends, quote unquote, were battling.
Oh, it's like 10 years old now. We can't say it's so recent, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not recent, but yeah, I don't know why I still feel like that's a recent battle.
Because you feel like it was probably like yesterday for you.
Yeah, I've just been filming battle raps for way too long. Thesaurus Ilmac, 3 Hollow and Lux, just because the sheer impact of Lux being, you know, like fucking like the god boss, and then Hollow being unbeatable, and their battle is fucking absolutely amazing. Fourth would either be Lux Cal or Verb Hitman. You know what? I'm just going to say Verb Hitman because I think Verb's third is like the greatest round and most epic. Not greatest round, but it's like the most epic moment in all of battle rap.
And you see, like, that's what I like a lot about that question, because, like, each battle you said, you can probably get, if we took the time, you could get in depth with each and every one of them.
Yeah.
And each and every one of them has a different era and a whole different impact for the future.
Yeah, there's so many other ones, man. Like Ilmac Swan is one from Scribble Jam. Fucking Sage Francis, Brother Ali from Scribble Jam. Dose One, Peace from Scribble Jam. More recent ones, Mook, Young Hot, fucking Reed Dollars and Trigger. Shit.
I think it was one of my first battles I ever watched.
Reed Dollars, Trigger?
Yeah.
Reed Dollars is one of my favorite rappers ever.
You love the Philly era.
Yeah, I love Philly battle. I love Philly rap, period. I don't know what. I love Philly in general. I was talking to Ben about this yesterday when we were at Max's. I don't know why it is I like Philly so much. It's more raw than New York.
Excuse me.
You
know why I say that?
mean,
I'm from the Bronx.
You're from the Bronx.
I'm from the Bronx,
yeah.
And then, you know, Philly and the Bronx had their rivalry. And we got dominated. It is what it is.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, word.
And then I like the rap. It's like more, I guess, I don't know what it is. It's more like rhythmic based down here than elsewhere. And the city is dope. I really like the city too. So, and I've always just been drawn to the rappers from here, you know, like J-Dose, Ines, Reed.
It's such a shame that they never translated over properly to the main stage era we're in now.
Yeah, I just don't think it's really, those factors are kind of like, you need more nowadays than just that. And I can see that. Like, I can see why people wouldn't just like listening to J-Do's rap about guns and that's it, and has like no real creative things, or just Ines rap, period. I would just listen to that guy rap about anything, like fucking, and do dance moves, and I'm like, this is tight.
Yeah, and you watching Ines and Magic at the bunker, you must have been excited.
Oh yeah,
you must have been like a kid. You was just so excited.
Yeah,
the battle's so good.
Yeah, I actually flew out the damn guy, the Grizzlemania damn guy.
Oh, you flew him out?
Marcus. Yeah, I made sure, because I'm like, I want this battle to be perfect, so I want that fool to be there. For it.
Some of the hype men from Grind Time are the best.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Edom?
Yeah, the yellow shirt guy.
Yeah. Nobody knows his name.
Yeah, yellow shirt. Yeah, I know. From the jungle. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably still around. But yeah, I love Philly battle rap, man. Yeah. I really wish that it did translate over. I was happy that URL did Reed versus Rex, and I was really happy that battle actually turned out to be like the best battle on that fucking card, surprisingly. I remember when it was booked, everybody's like, why did they book this battle? It was big 10 years ago. Rex is trash. And then Rex comes out the gate doing phenomenal in the first, you know, and then Reed just did amazing. So, yeah, I think there's still a possibility of it translating over. It just has to be given the right atmosphere.
I agree.
So,
absolutely agree. And it's just thinking about the year you've had, all the pay-per-views, all the videos you've edited, and having your own show, and all the content you produce outside, too. Because beyond Ruin Your Day, you also have the Daily Spice.
Oh, yeah, all the shows on
all the little
Ruin
shows.
Your Days, for sure. We do watch. We have multiple podcasts, Daily Spice, like you said.
Yeah.
We put out music projects through Ruin Your Day, so it's like kind of like a pseudo label. And then music videos, and I want to start doing shows, like having artists do shows,
their own shows.
Yeah, like Animal Planet, Geechi, Ilmac on like a
like you did the Geechi snack show, and
no, like a concert.
Oh, you mean like music shows?
Yeah, music shows. Yeah, I want to have like people start performing, and yeah, I don't know. I just want to branch out and do more creative stuff with the platform, see where it takes us, because it was never my plan to even like release albums through Ruin Your Day, but then I just saw the opportunity, and I wanted to put. I believed in Geechi's music a lot, and then I believed in Pass's music a lot, and then the mixtape was dope. So it's just like I've had just the opportunity to do that, and there was nothing stopping me. So who knows? Who knows where it will go? But yeah, done a lot this year, and it definitely wouldn't have been possible without the fan support, without the leagues being behind me, everybody being really, believing in me. So it's definitely been appreciated heavily.
I would ask, like, what's the drive? How you stay motivated? But this is how you survive.
This is my living now.
This is your living. But
Yeah.
beyond the living, obviously, like, where's the biggest drive of inspiration that when you wake up, you're like, I'm ready to do this all over again? Because a part of it is tedious.
Yeah, it's tedious. There's
And-
definitely times where it's like not really my ideal situation to be doing certain things, but at the end of the day, this is all my passion, man. I love battle rap, and I never think of this as work, and I care about this a lot. Like, I want this to do really well, and I always have, and I've always been really passionate about things doing well and the fans getting what they pay for, and the fans being able to see and hear the battles the best way they can, and being able to present this art form in a really glossy way, make it look cool, make it look gritty, like use my artistic vision to put forth a themed event that's like themed after Akira or something weird like that, you know,
Right.
like just weird opportunities like that. So yeah, man. It's I don't know. I guess I don't really ever feel like, man, I'm so I need to be motivated, you know. I never
Right.
feel like that. I just do it.
Yeah.
I just wake up and I'm like, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to fucking do a watch today, film a music video tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to make a shirt with a fucking skull drinking a 40, blah.
So prior to this becoming your entire lifestyle, like work-wise,
Yeah.
I'm sure like everybody in battle rap at one point in time, they've hit a moment where they say to themselves, it's just a bit too much. And they've thought about quitting.
I've quit like 5 times, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I've quit battle rap plenty of times. Like, definitely, like, I used to do visual effects. I did visual effects for 13 years. And, yeah, there's been plenty of times when battle rap was not really as fun as it is nowadays. Believe it or not, there was times when I was losing tons and tons of fucking money doing this and not getting paid and stressing myself out. Relationships were hinging on me being irritable because I was annoyed. And yeah, there's definitely
You yell at your girlfriend.
well, I mean, just I wasn't there because I'm always working, you know.
Oh.
And
You want some coffee? No, I don't want no coffee.
I said beer. But yeah, and yeah, there's been plenty of times that I've quit. There's been a lot of times. It used to be a joke. If you go and watch Roan versus Nils Maskills, at the beginning of it, Roan goes, and give it up for Avocado. This is his last event he's filming. And that was World Domination 2. We're having World Domination 8 this year.
Yeah.
So that was, I think that might have been even the second or third time I've quit. And then I quit, I think, like 3 years ago again. Yeah, so I've quit plenty of fucking times.
Who's been
man.
the people to... Nah, come on, man. Because there's always somebody that...
It's never anybody, man. You know what it is? I see a card, and I'm like, I want to film that fucking card. I'm like, oh, shit, that battle got booked. I want to film it. Literally, that's all it is. I'm like, I'm a fan, man. And it's like, I can't turn this off. I was actually talking to DNA about this when I was filming his interview before Vendetta. He was like, I don't know what it is. You want to, like, quit. You want to walk away. But something keeps pulling you back, and that's like what it was always like with me. I could never like quit battle rap, and now especially not because it's my living. It's literally I think this is like what I was made to do. Like I think I'm like made to do this, and there's not really this is my calling essentially.
That's deep.
Yeah.
And Vendetta, that's Cannabis and Disaster.
Yeah, Cannabis
That
is.
was the first or second pay-per-view event from King of the Dot, right?
That was the first live. Oh, okay, excuse me. That was the first live pay-per-view event.
You're right.
There was another live streamed event.
Yeah.
But this was the first live
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
And
Yeah.
you did that.
Yeah, I did that.
How
And that
difficult was pay-per-view in 2012 compared
crazy.
to now?
It was so much different then. Oh my God, it was so much more insane. You would have to have this huge box called a TriCaster to stream on. And you would need an operator that knew how to operate it, and it would crash all the time.
Yeah.
So when you're having thousands of people trying to watch this huge rapper like Cannabis going to a battle for the first time. It's crashing, people flipping out, death threats. And it's so crazy. Yeah, and it was insane, man.
It crashed a few times, but towards the end, like when it was like K-Shine, DNA Erg,
K-Shine Pass.
Yeah, I bought that pay-per-view with my boy.
Yeah.
It started working fine, and I was like, okay, now I got to work. After that, we were so skeptical, like, damn, pay-per-view, battle rap isn't there yet for pay-per-views.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's been a long time coming, man, to like make this shit work the way it is. Like, there's been so much R&D that goes into this. Like me and my good friend Jeff Hammerton, who's actually like the main camera operator.
For our listeners that may not know, what is R&D?
Research and development. So we do a lot of research and development to make these things work. Like, how are you going to get a RED camera to stream live? How are we going to get it to not drop? Well, what equipment do we need to use? And that involves with like actually like going out and buying this equipment, testing it out. If it doesn't work, reselling it, doing streams on our own. Like there's so much work that has gone into this and researching and just like trying it out and trial and error. And it's finally gotten to the point where it's like, I feel like I can do this shit in my fucking sleep. Like, I feel like so confident with pay-per-views nowadays. Yeah. It's usually outside sources that, like, really is, like, what stalls me from, like, making these things run flawlessly. But, yeah, back in the day, man, it was rough.
Yeah, I remember Vendetta, man. Lopez was supposed to battle Rags, DNA Erg, Rich, and
Daylight. Yeah, Bender Sid Vicious.
Yeah, Arson Ilmac. Yeah,
Arson Ilmac. Oh, my God. Yeah, that event was crazy, man, and that event was, like, one of the most stressful events of my life, man. Live pay-per-view used to be so stressful for me. It's crazy to think.
After you did that event, were you like, I'm never doing pay-per-view again?
Yeah, for real. I was like, I'm never doing another live event. That was super stressful. I probably thought I think I quit battle rap after that event. I think I did.
That was the first.
I think I was
first
done.
Of many.
Yeah, maybe the second time I quit. I was like, I'm fucking over this. I'm so stressed. I almost killed myself. Like,
wow.
I mean, I honestly, obviously didn't almost commit suicide, but it was like so stressful, dog. It was horrible. So yeah, it's just so funny how different it is nowadays compared to back then.
But one day, because I've seen you at plenty of events, and every time I see you, I know you're busy, so I don't get a chance to really chop it up. I just say, hey, what's up? And
man, that's what I always feel so bad about at events. There's so many people that come up and try to talk to me.
People are dying to talk to you. Like,
and I want to talk to them. I want to talk to everybody. I'm a fan, obviously, and they're fans too. And I'm like fucking so flattered that people like would even come up to say hi. Like that's so flattering to me, and I want to like be appreciative of that, and I want to talk to them and like hang out with them. And I don't drink anymore, but like have a coffee with them or have a fucking soda water while they drink, or watch them smoke weed or whatever. But I'm always so busy, and I'm like always trying to do stuff, and I feel so bad when people try to come up and talk to me, and I'm like listening to audio, making sure it's in sync, or like listening to like the battle going on and trying to like switch between angles, queuing up graphics, making sure everything's good. And somebody's like, hey, Avo. And I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah. And like I kind of blow them off. This happened multiple times. Oh, yeah. And I just feel
I see it in your face. You look like you feel bad about it.
Yeah, I feel terrible.
But when I see you, I wave and everything. And then when there's little breaks, I'm like, let me talk to him now. This is my chance.
Yeah. So if you're ever at an event and you see me, come up when they're doing commentary.
Yeah.
When Jay Black and Tech are talking, I'm not doing anything, and that's like the time I get to like kind of like breathe.
So what I was gonna ask you is, I remember seeing you at multiple events, and when I saw you at Volume 3, and there was a break, and I'm like, well, you're in a small room, this should be easier now, right? And you told me no, it's actually different. It's actually probably harder.
Yeah, it
is. What makes it harder? Then now we're gonna get probably more technical.
My job doesn't. My job is not just to press a bunch of buttons on a computer, right? Mm-hmm. Like I kind of run the events too. I'm like, where's the next battle rapper? Let's get the next battle started. Like, Smack, you ready? Smack, yeah, you're ready. Go over there. Beasley, where's Beasley? All right, Beasley, who's next? Is Loso and Chef Trez, are they ready? No, Chef Trez isn't here yet, blah, blah, blah. And we're like constantly coordinating. Mm-hmm. And in the small rooms are kind of harder because there's so many more factors that you're in complete control of and constantly trying to like find people. And I don't know, I feel like the live events just kind of run themselves a little smoother. And also the live events usually have a hard out time. So we have to get the event done by a certain time. And the volumes, we have a studio, so we kind of have it whenever we want.
Yeah.
So people are a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, they let the wait times go. little bit longer, and that always frustrates me.
Doors open at 3.
times.
The event didn't start till 5.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm always like, let's get this going. And URL is actually really good with this. Every league is really good with this. I'm not trying to badmouth any league, but URL usually is like they want to get the job done. Smack is usually like, I'm trying to get out of here. I'm like,
see, the fans think it's
too.
URL, but it's the rappers.
Yes, it is the rappers, man. Every single time, it's like, where the fuck are they? It's like, you've been preparing for this moment for 3 months, and you just decided on the day of to get a haircut, like, or to get a new outfit like an hour after the event started. You're at the mall. Like, what the hell?
Wear this Al Capone shirt and come battle.
Yeah, exactly. Put on a hat. You'll be fine. Wear a brand new bandana. But yeah, like, it's crazy, man. It's usually like trying to find the battle rappers. That's the problem. But yeah, man, it's insane. The events are crazy.
Your favorite experience 2018, if I had to guess, was London.
Oh yeah, London was so fucking fire, man. There's so many good aspects about it. Meeting all the fans over there was so amazing. It was like life-changing. Like saying hi to so many people. Like one fan made me like a fucking like made me jewelry, made me a Ruin Your Day like pendant.
Wow.
It was out of like diamonds. It's like insane. And he just gave it to me, and he's like, yeah, this is what I do for a living. I was like, oh my God, that's like the most flattering thing ever. Met so many people I've like talked with on the internet for so long. And then shout out URL. They like, URL always treats me so fucking good, man. They like flew me and my crew out like a couple days early, so they like we could all have like somewhat of a little vacation, because these events,
you go 48 hours prior.
I don't yeah, these events I don't do shit besides work. I like land sometimes the day of the event, and then work that day into the night, and then the next morning fly out. So it's like, oh, you went to Richmond. How was Richmond? It's like, I don't know. I'm like, I went straight to the venue and then to the hotel and the airport. That's how like usually these events go. I'm like in and out, you know? So it was like super awesome to be in London for like an extended amount of time, be there. That was like my second time filming battles there. So it was awesome. I was able to see a lot of old friends from over there. That was tight. And then the event was just fucking solid, man.
And you were Punchline that night.
Oh, yeah, and then Twerk used me in a punchline. That was hella flattering because Twerk is my favorite battle rapper. So I was like, oh, that was cool. But yeah, Summer Madness 8 was great. There's so many good moments from 2018, man. Like, URL killed it this year. They did so good. And then King of the Dots events were hella tight. Starting a relationship with RBE was awesome. Yeah. I really, really like filming their events too.
Yeah, drama's nice.
Yeah, and just doing more leagues events, allowing me to like kind of keep a league's look, you know, because I get to try out new things at different leagues because they all want different things, right? Mm-hmm. So that's cool. So yeah, it's just like upping my network and portfolio and battle rap. So eventually, hopefully, I'll be filming for every big league. If I'm not already.
Beyond a favorite moment, I gotta ask, what was a funny moment at any of these events? You're just like, what the fuck?
Like, a funny moment.
Like, you're like, I can't believe this just happened.
Okay, like the obvious one is fucking like this. The sound guy at Summer Madness 8 was drunk off his ass. Like when we got there, JB had an experience of dealing with him the whole time. This fool was wasted when JB got there.
We got JB in the background.
And during Twerk Arsenal, this fool just lets like these huge smoke guns rip in the middle of the battle. Nobody asked him to do it. They fucking like just fill the fucking whole venue with smoke after a huge line, because a lot of times these like lighting guys like, ooh, they're like getting saucy, like give me the liberty to like really wild out after a punchline. They'll like make sparklers go off or like a disco ball comes down. Yeah. So he like let the fucking smoke rip, and then he did it again after the next punchline, and Smack is like, whoever authorized that, stop the smoke. It was not a good look. So that was fucking hilarious. Man, I'm trying to think of another funny moment. I don't know of any other funny ones.
Some fuckery? Yeah, you've got to see a lot of fuckery.
Fuckery? Yeah, man, I bet there's like so many that I'm like just forgetting.
That's bad.
Yeah.
It's too many for the database to remember.
All the scuffles. I mean, those aren't really cool.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
But it's funny. It's like, you know, there's been so many that it's like almost like it's like not my first rodeo anymore. It's just like, okay, guys, like get it over with, get the battle going again. Yeah, I think the smoke was like the funniest thing. The heat in all the venues, that was trash.
Oh, that's
going to venues that they purposely turn the AC off so people will buy drinks is like the worst thing in the fucking world.
What a scam.
No, venue owners are scumbags, dude. At the end of the day, man, they're like not cool people at all. That's why I like greatly prefer filming in photo studios where people like care about the product. They're not just trying to like get a buck off the customers and make them uncomfortable for 9 hours. It's like horrible. So, but. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had like more like funny or like fuckery moments.
There hasn't been anybody yet to walk by and hit something with their foot by mistake, fuck your table up, your equipment up, and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, like unplug some shit by accident?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's happened. I'm sure that's happened plenty of times. I don't really remember, though. I mean, there's plenty of people that come up to me and like just like be like, London. Oh, yeah, there was like this drunk fool in London that kept fucking around and like standing on all my equipment. And then Pat Stay, like he's the dude that Pat Stay like had the flip on that was cheering, and then he got kicked out.
Yeah,
after that.
Beasley told that guy, "Listen, you're drunk, you're crazy. I'll let you go on the stage if you just calm down."
Yeah, my favorite thing though is when people come up to the pay-per-view station and they think it's just a phone charging station. So they'll come up to me. They're like, "Oh, can I charge this?" And like start unplugging stuff to plug their fucking iPhone in.
That's
like literally every event, I'm like holding on to multiple battle rappers' phones. Smack Beasley got their phone over there charging. Like it's like a little like Nokia like center, you know. I like, and even so much that at SM7, I specifically put a table in the corner and we duct taped a bunch of surge protectors with iPhone chargers there, and we wrote phone charging station.
There was one at the Strike too.
Yeah, it's so annoying because people are like, oh, this is like where a bunch of outlets are. I can charge my phone. I'm like, nah, this is where all the money's being made for everything you see going on. So let's not jeopardize that so you can like text your girl. Yeah, it's pretty annoying, but yeah.
And a little off battle rap, I definitely wanted to ask some of your favorite, since you're so into filming, what are some of your favorite films?
My favorite films are Akira, There Will Be Blood, The Departed.
We're just talking about The Departed downstairs.
Yeah, I love that movie. I can watch that movie anytime, any day. There's so many goddamn quotables. It's incredible. Amazing directing from Scorsese, amazing cast, everything about it. I think There Will Be Blood is my favorite movie of all time, though. I love Paul Thomas Anderson. He's incredible. I love Daniel Day-Lewis's performance in that is amazing. Up there also, I know this is like hella cliche for me to say, but Interstellar is also good. I love The Prestige. Christopher Nolan, I still think, has never done a bad movie ever, which is like insane. There's like, I don't think any other director I can think of that has not done a movie that's bad. Even Scorsese has done bad movies. Shutter Island sucked. PTA has done bad movies, even though he's like incredible, and I love a lot of his movies. But yeah, Akira and There Will Be Blood are tied for my favorite movie of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, an anime and There Will Be Blood. You know what's funny? My ex-girlfriend was like, you know what Kanye West's favorite movies are? Akira and There Will Be Blood.
Oh, don't you look at that?
Yeah. So I'm pretty much a bipolar genius over here.
Yeah, okay. You got your Trump hat?
Yeah, word. Anytime now.
If a fan had to say, like, oh, man, this is everything Avocado does is amazing, but you probably don't stay complacent. You want to get better. How does Avocado get better at what he does?
I mean, I just want to keep tightening the ship, keep making things more efficient, keep improving the product, never staying complacent. We try new things at every single event.
Really?
Every single event.
We probably don't even notice it. Like, what's something we won't notice. We're the blind eye, but you will probably. What's something you
okay, at Volume 3, I made like these new graphics I've been wanting to do for a long time, and there was 3 camera angles instead of 2. So usually at volumes there's just 2 camera angles. We also tried a new like kind of way of filming with the operators where like the lenses were a little bit longer. Also at Volume 3, it was blacked out, so the walls were black. At Volume 2, the walls were white. Same with Volume 1. They were kind of like brighter, and Smack both times made comments about that. He's like, yeah, I don't really, because Smack is a visual artist. Smack actually knows how to edit. He knows how to film.
Yeah. Oh,
so Smack is the only person that's been filming battle rap longer than me. He's the only person. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's
Has Smack ever gone said, oh, you know, I'm gonna get dirty and do this one myself and done edit a battle?
no, but he used to cut all the early Smack battles.
Yeah,
He used
that
to
we
edit all
know.
those.
But like
no, not Smack DVD, URL. He would edit all those.
the early ones,
yeah,
the
early
2009,
URL
10,
ones.
11.
Yeah, that was all him cutting it.
Wow,
Yeah, isn't that insane? The coolest guy in battle rap is also like a tech nerd too.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's super dope. But yeah, there's always new shit I'm trying out, new lensing, you know, like I'm not really too much into like using new tools just to use them. I use tools for how they work in the job setting. So like I use the correct tool for the correct job. So I'm not gonna like go out and rent a crane and put a crane in a battle just to fucking do it. I already did that. It doesn't work. I don't want to see the tops of people's heads while they're rapping. It's like it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna put a dolly in a battle for no reason. There's no reason just for an angle to bounce back and forth the whole time. It's like that's not cool. So it's just about like really improving the product. Yeah. Like I've already tried all that. I'm just about like making the product better. If I have an idea of like, oh, we should light it like this. I've never lit an event like this or that or the other. I'll try it. So I definitely have other ideas I want to do that I've never been able to do. One thing that I've never been able to do. Do you remember the Jewel in the Desert?
Yeah. I would love to ask about that event too, because it was like a URL event and King of the Dot picked it up.
Yeah, so basically that event was nobody's event. It was a private investor's event. Shout out Teddy Grizzo, who's the fucking man. I love Teddy. I actually saw him at the Murder Mook event. He was there.
Oh.
Yeah, he came out and watched it. He was in New York. It's crazy. He lives in Arizona, I think Phoenix still.
He was in the building, or he just like
yeah. Yeah, he was there. He came up to me.
Came and slipped out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is like he's still a fan.
Yeah.
He still loves battle rap. That's why he got involved in the first place. Same as us. But yeah, so basically that event was nobody's event to begin with, and then he kind of shopped it around to different leagues. URL picked it up, and then URL, for whatever reason, that relationship didn't work out, and then King of the Dot came in the last second.
Because every flyer of that event
said URL.
Yeah.
And actually everybody in the building thought it was a URL event too. Like the crowd was like there to see a fucking URL battle. They're like, yeah, I want to see DNA. I want to see clips. Not very many people were like, I want to see Sketch Menace. I want to see Ilmac. You know, it was like they wanted to see the certain type. Not to say they weren't like opposed to seeing those other battlers, because if there's anything true, URL fans just want to see good battles. They just want to see good rapping bars. They're not going to be like, I'm going to boo this because I don't like this demographic, you know?
Unless it's early New York days.
Yeah, I've never been. I was never there.
Yeah.
I've still never... oh, that's not true. I was going to say I've never filmed a URL event in New York, but that's not true. The Strike. It's in Queens. I've never filmed in New York.
In Manhattan.
Yeah, URL event in Manhattan yet.
Yeah.
I filmed an RBE event in Manhattan, but never a URL event. So I feel like it might be different. But yeah, so Duel in the Desert, something that I wanted to do at that event. I don't know if you remember, but that event was set up. The venue was a coliseum.
Yeah.
So it was seating 360 degrees around the center. The stage was in the center. And that, in my opinion, is the best venue for battle rap. It's like a pit.
Wow.
And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a dolly that went 360 degrees around the battlers, so the camera would constantly be moving. So I don't know if you've ever seen like a fight scene in a movie or like a big argument when the background's like spinning around them.
Yeah.
It wasn't obviously going to be that fast, but it was going to be traveling and like having the background parallax around them, giving this crazy movement. So we rented it and everything. Even the stage was set up exactly for that. I was like, this is perfect. This is going to be amazing. Insane. That morning, the delivery guy got arrested for the film.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. So we were so fucking pissed because that was like the one time that I'm like, God, everything's perfect for this event. The venue's set up for this. We got the equipment. It was like, you know, the budget for the event justified paying for that.
Yeah.
And then it didn't deliver.
Would that kind of camera angle be different, Ted, or it's all the same thing?
No, it'd be you could still use it today. We could do it in like a volume, or like JB could do it in a fucking band if you wanted to. That's like, it's kind of made for something like that now. With live pay-per-views, you can't really use film tools like that. You can't really use like sophisticated film tools that like really require set and time, because it's a live event. You need to keep going. The best thing is like locked off and handheld camera operations that can be dynamic, you know,
right?
Move with the movement. So yeah, that bummed me out so much. And then we had to film that whole event like without the correct tools. That we didn't bring tripods because we had these dollies rented. So like literally I was holding.
Hopefully got the money back for the dollies.
Yeah, I got the money back, but I was for the whole event I was holding a red one, and a red one is so heavy and big and fucking like, so we were just holding it. And like it sounds ridiculous, but like after one round of holding a heavy camera, even a camera that's like light, it gets hard as fuck. So that event, a lot of people compliment me for how that event was filmed, but that event was not filmed the way I intended.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah, it sucked. Luckily, the footage that Jeff got of the desert was fucking phenomenal, and making that intro and using the Murder City Devils song. That's something I've always wanted to do.
And a lot of the battles were still really good battles.
Yeah, the battles were hell good for sure.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Rum Nitty, fucking Laze Cortez,
Big K, Big Magic.
Yeah, Big K Magic, Ilmac,
Clips, DNA Sketch.
There's like one big one.
Daylight and Real Deal.
Yeah, that battle. Verb and Danny. Verb and Danny was the big one. Yeah. That one was phenomenal. But yeah, it's crazy how long I've been filming battles for, man.
So clearly when somebody wants to be professional, get the right stamp, and get whatever their project looking the right way, they get you. And we're here today, right? We're in Philly because they got you for the Champion of the Year panel. What was that convo like with you and Jay Black? We said, I need you for this. I need you for this.
I called him and I said, I'm going to come out and film this.
Oh, my God. Look at this.
Yeah.
You called him?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've been wanting to help, not help him out. I've been wanting to come out and just film something with Jay for a while because I like Jay a lot. Like, I like Jay as a human. I think what he does for battle rap is really selfless. And people need more people like that care about the culture and they want to push it forward in a way that's selfless and not like, oh, well, I'm going to benefit off this. It's going to grow my channel. It's going to make me so much bigger. It's like, nah, he grows battle rap as a whole. You know, like the whole battle rap community was tuned in today to watch you guys debate over who you thought were the best and deserved this bonus of $10,000.
I literally asked him, I said, how do you stay disciplined? You didn't say to yourself at any moment in time, Geechi be all right with 9,000.
Yeah.
Like
word, and he's honorable like that.
Yeah.
He's hella honorable and just I don't know, I just have a lot of respect for him. Like I think what he went through with his mother passing and how he came out of that deserves a lot of respect. You know, he kept like an even head with that and went tenfold with his work ethic. And just I don't know, I just fuck with him as a person a lot, and I always have. It's not like we're close friends or anything. I just admire his work ethic and his morals compass and him as a person. So, when Champion of the Year I saw last year, I saw things that could be improved upon. And I know what it's like to run a show and also try to handle the production aspect of it too. Yeah. That's what I do with Ruin Your Day. It's really hard.
I just edit audio and I'd be stressed. I can't imagine you guys.
Yeah, and imagine doing something like live and then also having to like switch the angle and making sure the graphics are queued up and then reading the fucking news. I hate the news show I do is like the most annoying thing. But so I saw Jay talking about Champion over think Thanksgiving or Christmas, one of the holidays, and I was like, you know, I'm kind of going through some shit in my life right now where I'm not in the best place. So I was kind of bummed about a lot of shit. And then I just reached out to Jay. I'm like, yo, man, would you mind if I came out and filmed Champion of the Year? Like, let's make this a live event. Let's make a weekend out of it, you know, where we like film the discussion and then the next day, like, fly out the guy that wins and then give him the belt.
I think it's beautiful that, like you just said, there's a moment in your life you had a little bit of a dark time and you said, let me dive into my passion and my craft to kind of help me elevate away from what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, for real, man. I mean, that's like what the past like 7 months have been. Like, you know, I got out of a really serious relationship and it's been really, really hard for me, but I've like done what I found helpful is focusing on the good, right? And being like positive. And that's, I don't drink anymore. I'm sober. And concentrating on my health. And then also I was in a career that I didn't really like. I was doing visual effects.
Yeah, you talked about how stressful it was.
Yeah, it was really stressful. I was working like 13, 15-hour days, doing shit I didn't care about. My eyesight's fucked because of it. Sat behind a computer screen for that long looking at fucking stupid-ass pixels.
How come you don't use glasses? You got laser?
I need to get glasses, dog. Do you know on Watch where I always squint and people make fun of me? I need to get glasses.
My mother got laser eye surgery on both her eyes.
Did it work?
Yeah, she's fine now.
Yeah, I need to do that. I'm just stubborn, man. And also kind of like, it's weird. I have like I'm like not lazy in some ways, but I am lazy in a lot of
certain
ways.
things.
Yeah, like stupid shit that I'm like kind of embarrassed about. I'm like, oh, yeah, my fucking eyesight's bad. Whatever. I can still see boobs, like I'm fucking dumb, know?
Man, we need to take care of you guys, man. And as a whole, the health and mental health in battle rap is underrated topic.
For sure.
Underrated topic because of how much work goes into this. And although we get appreciated by the right amount of people and we're respected by the people that we want to be respected by, sometimes it could go thankless. Sometimes it goes like you get a lot of negative slander. There's always going to be people that try to downplay the efforts and the work that you try to put in. You, not just you, but anybody in battle that tries to do something positive.
Yeah.
So like, and then we're doing all this while having a whole bunch of stuff going on in our lives, relationships, family members, children, people are sick, people are dying, work, not having money, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
The mental health isn't talked about enough in battle rap, I think.
I will say, though, that I'm personally really thankful for battle rap. Like, I would not know where I would be without battle rap nowadays. And I think battle rap is a blessing to anybody. Like, I don't think there's very many art forms that we get this super surge in feedback. Think about artists. Think about rappers. Think about people that release albums. Like every rapper that is a close friend of mine, when they release an album, they all say it's anticlimactic. They're like, oh, it's just out, And I know from doing those audio streams of like album premieres that so much is put into this art and this work and these like countless nights at the studio writing, getting the beats, fucking making sure it's mastered correctly, all to release it one day. And then it comes out and it's like the next day people forget about it.
That's crazy.
But battles are not like that, man. Battles have limitless comments that you can just go to and read the YouTube comments. People talking to you on Twitter all the time. Champion. People reviewing and like you fucking soaking up all that fucking feedback and then watch.
Lives on forever.
Yeah, for real, man. And it's like I think battle rap actually like I think about all the positive feedback I get all the time and how grateful I am for it. And just like like when I post a video of anything, people are like complimenting me like, oh, well, you're the GOAT. You're amazing. And I'm like, that does not go unheard, man. Like whenever I see shit like that, it means the world to me and it makes me feel really good. And I think about people out there that don't have that in their daily lives, like people that run businesses that are failing and they don't have people just being like, you're good. You're doing a great job. You're doing a good job running this clothing line, this clothing store that's not doing good,
You're humbled by it all, man. Like,
and I'm super grateful for battle rap and like this just wave of feedback. So it's like I think I'm spoiled. I think out of everybody in the industry, I'm hella spoiled. I get like a lot of love. Like people are really, really good to me. They're really nice to me. Really appreciative of that. I'm really appreciative of all the riders, everybody that sticks by my side. And yeah, I don't take it for granted at all. I'm very aware of like how positive this community is because I do feel like battle rap is really positive underneath everything. You just gotta brush away a lot of the negative crumbs.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking about it briefly downstairs, when I started the show, because I was a writer at first, and then I started the show, went the audio route. So my show's only on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all the streaming platforms. It wasn't really on YouTube. And when I went on Champion my first time, Jay Black was like, "Get ready, the comments are gonna light you up." And I was like, almost excited to see it all because I'm like, yo, I haven't had any interaction for a lot of our listeners. We have a lot of listeners from multiple countries, but I haven't got a chance to really interact with these people. So like, positive or negative, I was enjoying the feedback. And then today, from the Champion of the Year panel, we got a lot of positive feedback.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And at the end of it, I was like, this feels good.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, like I was saying, dude, there was like 6,000 people just watching you guys talk. Literally. Yeah. That's it. You guys are in like a room talking. 6,000 people all over the world watching you guys do that.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
It is really when you think about it.
And also talking about your opinion, what you think. And you're like this important figure in battle rap that like you decide whether this guy deserves all this money for his year's worth of work. It's like really a beautiful thing when you think about it.
I was choking up a little at Geechi and Pat.
Hell yeah, dude. You should be. It's fucking phenomenal what you guys just did. Yeah. That's really cool, man.
I was biting my nails. I made a math formula.
You guys did a great job. I was enthralled the whole time. I was definitely like very interested. I've talked to a lot of people that actually tuned in that like, I didn't really like plan on watching the whole thing, but I couldn't stop.
Yeah, there's like I started wanting to come for 1 hour. I ended up watching all 5 hours.
Yeah, it was 5 fucking hours, dude. Yeah. You can keep people enthralled for 5 hours just talking.
The one thing that blew me away beyond everything was the criteria that Jay Black created for it, and how twerk was easily the number one.
Yeah, man. I love Twerk. Twerk's the best.
Twerk is the best. It just now I'm just like, Twerk, you see what you did?
Yeah.
Why'd you choke?
Yeah.
Why'd you no show these battles? Like you
man.
easily could have won this.
God, man, when I was like cutting together that montage that played at the beginning of all Twerk's moments, I was just like, holy shit, this guy is fucking
You said
incredible.
one day, you said battle rap needs to give him a big thank you. Why do you say that?
Well, I think he's just brought something to battle rap that was greatly needed. He is unique as hell. He's electric, and he has huge moments that when people walk away from an event, they can be like, I remember that. I remember Twerk taking his hoodie off. I remember Ain't Could Be That, though. Wow, yes it is. Like, I remember, the fucking What Is Life Like against Suge. Like, all these huge moments, you know.
And he's lyrical, so his rounds age well, too.
Yeah, they're not silly.
It's not like you on the playback. There's battles he wins on the playback too. It's not just
For real.
It's not just in the building.
For real, man. Definitely, I agree. His pen is great. His performance is fucking incredible. His voice is cool. His look, everything. Like he's big, so he's like dominating. Like everything. He's like a lot like Diz. They share a lot of similarities, you know.
Yeah.
So
this is super in the future. This is probably like maybe I want to say 18 to 24 months away. When we get the mega clash of Geechi and Twerk, I feel like you're gonna get up off your table from recording. You're gonna tell your staff, "Yo, record this. I gotta be front row for this one."
Yeah, it's funny though, man. I actually don't want to see them battle ever again. Or not ever again.
Not
ever.
yet. Ever.
I don't think I ever want to see them battle. Just because it's
Obviously
like I
not
like
yet.
them both, and I'm like, I don't. Fuck, I don't want to see one lose, or like I don't want to see Twerk like get too physical with Geechi. Then he has to get physical. I hate that game, man. I hate that. That's like one thing that bothers me in battle rap. That's what I liked about Suge and Twerk a lot, is that Twerk got hella physical with Suge.
But they accepted it.
They accepted it and like, okay, let's do this. Yeah, push me around. Sure, I'm gonna like kind of get shoved around. I'm not gonna be like no bitch. I'm not gonna let you push me across the stage. But I'm not gonna fucking like be like, oh, I'm gonna swing on you if you fucking bump me, you know?
Right.
So I like that aspect of it. But it's hard to be like that, man, because I there's so many eyes on you as a battle rapper, and your ego is constantly getting fucking coming into play. It's like, Pat, you let fucking Calico fucking push his fist into your head and you didn't fucking punch him in the face. You're a pussy, you know, like for fucking like he's been hearing that for how many years? Like, oh, but Calico punked you, you know. So it's like I could see how people would take that shit the wrong way, being physical. So I'd be nervous about that, especially with Geechi. Like everybody's huge thing about him is him being authentic.
Nobody's really pushed him. Like they've done a little slam dunk on him, right? But nobody's really like tested him physically like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I don't want to see that shit at all, because it's like I don't fucking care to see that. You know, I don't care to see anybody tested like that physically, because that's not why I watch battle rap. Right. I like some physical aspects of it. I like how Twerk does it a lot, actually, because Twerk, he's dominating, but he's not like uncomfortably in somebody's face the whole time and like trying to make it about I'm physically just dominating you this whole time, you know. He'll like push into people to make his lines hit harder and like kind of like shove people, but it's like, and he's smart.
He knows those little moments, those little things he does physically adds on to it.
Yeah, for real.
He's aware. He's aware.
1,000%.
Yeah. But I don't know. Those are the two
that
stars.
That battle will definitely happen, man. Whether I like it or not. But yeah,
I just felt like, you know, since Twerk's one of your favorites, get you somebody you've seen, you'll probably be like, I'm off the desk. I'm watching it. I'm a fan. I'm in the crowd.
I might be hella nervous too. Like I'm like, I don't want to watch it. It's like when your parents fight or something. Shit. Yeah, but that battle will happen eventually. It's bound to, man. Geechi and Surf, that's bound to happen.
Oh yeah,
sooner rather than later.
Yeah, there's a lot for them. And you know, I think I was telling about this earlier today briefly. Those two guys are special because there's 4 MCs that've taken the challenge of battling those guys 6 months apart.
Oh yeah,
JC, Rum Nitty, Suge, and now Arsenal, who's booked for Geechi. All those guys battled Geechi Twerk consecutively.
Yeah,
in under 6 months.
You know what else is kind of crazy? You know how like Verb backed out of. Excuse me, I'm not going to say Verb backed out. The match between Verb and Iron is postponed or never happening.
Okay. Because
of Lux.
Right.
He wanted to focus solely on Lux.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else battled Iron and arguably beat him, and then battled Lux 2 weeks later.
Name
and
Arsenal
arguably beat him.
Name Arsenal the Rebel.
2 weeks apart. Iron Solomon and Arsenal.
Yep.
I mean, in Loaded Lux.
Yep.
And both of those cats were on a tear at the time, too.
That same year, he also battled Chilla Jones and QB. Like, he was fearless.
Arsenal's a fucking man. I fuck with him hard. He's the shit.
Fucking fearless, man.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Before we close things out, Avo, 2019 was one big thing we could expect for 2019 already.
2019, more shit for Ruin Your Day, more merch, more shows, more podcasts, more watch. I want to do a couple.
See, B-Dot got this podcast. Shouts to B-Dot.
Yeah, B-Dot, Ilmac, Rory has free beer. Hopefully we can get that cracking again. And I want to do some battles, man. I want to do some more like small room Ruin Your Day battles. You know, I try to book battles that I want to see that nobody else would like to see.
And Madflex is the champion right now.
Madflex is the champion for sure. Yeah, shout out Dirtbag Dan. We're definitely going to be filming some more Ruin Your Day battles.
Yeah.
Filming for every single league, hopefully. I want to be filming for everybody. I want to film for as many battles as possible. So any league out there, if you're hearing this and you want to hire me, hit me up. I'm definitely like not this outrageous expensive person.
You would think, right?
Yeah. I'm very accessible and I want to help, man. So yeah, just big and better things. Also, Gotti coming from Geechi Gotti, hopefully sooner rather than later, his new EP. And then B-Dot's EP is also coming on Ruin Your Day.
Yeah, we need him to drop some
His music is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So expect big things from that. And yeah, I'm just going to keep trying to work and put art out there and film good stuff, film battles.
The day of the Ruin Your Day event where Madflex won the belt, there was 5 other battle rap events that day. I don't know if you remember. There was like Rap Grid had one.
I do know that because I was trying to. I know that because I was trying to fucking film one of them. I wanted to film the Premier Battles one.
Oh,
because
man.
I'm a huge Ilmac and a huge Soul fan.
Yeah.
So that happened the same day.
Yeah.
So that happened Premier Battles with Soul and Ilmac. Also Loso Dialect. Fucking Mike P was supposed to battle Caustic, Chris Lees.
Yeah.
And then Rap Grid had an event with Rum Nitty, Nestle, A-Ward, Carter Deems, Chef Trez.
And Bricks.
Yeah, that's who Chef. And then Ruin Your Day, and there was other ones too, right?
Yeah, Gates to the Garden, we go hard.
Yeah, we go hard and Gates to the Garden. Shout out Gates to the Garden.
That's when Henny Man had that amazing 1-round battle where everybody's like, "Oh my god,
man, Henny Man is the shit." Henny Man makes me regret not drinking, kind of. Sometimes. He's literally, I don't want to drink. At all. Like, I'm never fucking, like, tempted. I'm never like, I had a bad day. It would be so good just to fucking, like, drink a beer.
Right.
I don't think I'm ever going to drink again, to be honest with you. But drinking with Henny Man is so fun.
Oh, yeah.
I love that guy, dude. When he was on Watch, he was so fun to drink with.
Well, at Volume 3, he got kicked out of his hotel.
Yeah, he's the fucking shit. I love Henny Man. He's a great rapper, too.
Yeah, he is.
I actually wanted to have him on the bunker. He was, like, one of those guys on the list I told you about was Henny Man. So, yeah. There's always so many events.
That's an exclusive right there, yeah.
But you know what's kind of funny, man? I hope that me getting more like synonymous with pay-per-views, like, oh, is Avo doing this pay-per-view? Okay, I'll buy it. I hope that makes it so there won't be any more situations like that where it's like, okay, there's multiple pay-per-views, but which one is Avo doing? You know, I think leagues might be like, okay, we can't book this event on this day because this event is happening this day and Avo's booked. So we'll do it the next weekend.
I get what you're saying.
And you know what? That actually helps the entire industry because this industry is small and people don't have a lot of money to toss around. Yeah. So they're not gonna. So it doesn't put people against each other. They're more like, okay, this weekend I could spend my money on this event, and then next weekend is this event, rather than being like, oh shit.
Our podcast team is 5 of us, so we said, all right, everybody pick a pay-per-view, go buy it. And then we did like, you know, NFL Red Zone where it's like all the games in one big screen.
I love Red Zone, man.
We literally did like a Red Zone of all the pay-per-views.
Oh my
God. Had one pay-per-view here, one pay-per-view there. We're just flipping through the chat. You can't listen to them all. So you're like, which battle am I going to listen to? This one, this one. And then when Henny Man's round came up, we paused everything else. It's like, play this Henny Man.
Fuck yeah.
And that's the only problem too. Like, you can't multitask because you have to listen to it.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man. I know. I try to multitask editing battles. It does not work at all.
Yeah.
And then you get like situations like Beasley fucking up his tail of the tape in Clips versus Av, where I overlooked that one.
He goes, damn.
Yeah, damn. All right. God, I felt so bad. That was 100% my fault. I was editing that battle on the way to SM7.
It's a spoof to like. It's funny now.
Yeah, for sure. And Beasley's the man. He took it in stride. Yeah. He does those so good, man. He does those usually on like first try, and he doesn't fuck up saying any words. It's like insane. He's like a goddamn robot. I'm like, how do you do that? URL Ultimate Rap League Traffic 3. The next matchup of tonight's card is Briz Rothstein versus Rum Nitty.
Wow.
All the way through, like without fucking up, like in that crazy, like overly cinematic voice. It's fucking awesome.
Oh man. Avocado, man, I appreciate your time so greatly, man.
I appreciate you, man. This is flattering to have me on. It was fun.
Yeah, man, definitely. And we have Ruin Your Day always liking like a lot of our posts, retweeting and liking our pics on Instagram. We think it's you. We thought it was you. And we're like, yeah, Avocado likes our stuff.
Yeah, I do like your stuff, man. It's the people that the guy that runs the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook is Clayton Dom, great friend of mine, my right hand man.
Yeah.
He's pretty much helps me out with everything with Ruin Today. I'm not on Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like not
can't do it all.
Yeah, I can't do it all. I have my Twitter, my Avocado, but that's reserved for me to tweet cryptic, depressing shit every now and then, and anime gifs, and then also battle rap shit. So he runs the Ruin Your Day Twitter account. But yeah, I still fuck with your shit, man.
No, I know you do. Well, I was so like humbled and flattered and excited when I started to strike, and like I gave you one of our cards, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I know you guys. Yeah, you want a koozie? Here." And I was just like, "Avocado knows us. This is great."
Dude. Yeah, I hella fuck with your shit, man.
Thanks, brother. Man. Avocado, thanks for your time, bro.
Thank you, dude.